Good morning. Happy Friday. Today I'm going to be making spinach and herb meatballs for my freezer. It is one of 10 meals of the quick eats class that our cooking club is doing. This Tuesday marks week 2 of that segment, and there are 5 meals that chefs will be preparing and sharing on that club, or in that club I should say. If you don't already know about it, talk to your TS consultant and they can make sure to send you an invitation and you can join and you can take part as well. So today, like I said, is spinach and herb meatballs. It's very simple, although it is a little messy, just because there's lots of things that you have to mix in, and I myself am going to mix it in a bowl instead of doing it all in the bag, because I want to make sure that the soup and everything gets incorporated. You guys will get it when you follow along. So the first thing I'm doing is I have 1.5 pounds of meatballs. The recipe does call for 1 pound. It can be any meatballs that you want. We usually use turkey, but I did run to the store late last night and just grab whatever I could, and the first one I found was just regular beef, Italian style. So I'm going to go ahead and open this and put it into my Ziploc bag. I have already pre-labeled my Ziploc bag with the name of the meal. And this meal can be cooked either in a crock pot or in your Instapot. I will more than likely choose Instapot because guess what? It takes 10 minutes in the Instapot. Imagine that. 10 minutes to cook, and then you just let the pressure release naturally, about 10-15 minutes, and you can cook your pasta during that time and have everything set. So the meatballs are in there. The next thing I'm going to do is it calls for 1 cup of cream of mushroom soup. I did not have cream of mushroom soup on hand, but I did have cream of celery. I do not think it's going to change the taste. I don't think it's going to hurt the recipe, let's put it that way. We always tell everybody to shop your pantry first. There's no need to go out and spend more money on stuff that you already have on hand. You can always improvise. If your family doesn't like mushrooms, you can use cream of chicken. You can use anything that you would like. But this I am using cream of celery soup. So it's 1 can. I'm just going to put that into my bowl. The directions would call for you to put it into your bag, but like I said, this is so thick, I want to make sure that everything gets into it before I add it to my bag. So in this case, I'm giving myself 1 extra thing to wash, but that's all right, I don't mind. Just going to get all that stuff out, all the soup out. There we go. And then it calls for, I'm going to take a peek. It calls for 2 tablespoons of spinach and herb season and 1 tablespoon of onion. If you don't already know it, we do have grinder tops available in our catalog. The herbs do not come, the spices do not come with that. They come with the regular cap. But you can buy these separately, and I prefer to put them on my onion and my garlic, just because sometimes, especially the onion, there's some big flakes in there, and there are certain times where I don't really want the big flakes to show up in my recipe. I would rather have them finer, so that's why I have the grind top on here. So it calls for 1 tablespoon. What I'm going to do is take the cover off my spinach and herb and use this as a measuring tool. So 1 tablespoon is half of my cap. There we go. I'm going to add that. And then it calls for 2 tablespoons of spinach and herb. Spinach and herb is a great versatile herb. I'm not sure if you have it in your pantry already, but this is great on almost everything. Eggs especially. But I put it in a lot of things. I actually put it also in my vegetables and then steam them. A little bit of avocado oil too. I actually meal prep my vegetables too, especially this time of year when you have an abundance of vegetables. It's a great time to, I don't know about you, I get overwhelmed with everything. Tomatoes, peppers, summer squash, onions. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons here. But what I do is I prep my vegetables, cut them all up, put them in a Ziploc bag, and then I go ahead and add a tablespoon of avocado oil or olive oil, whichever you have on hand or whichever you prefer. And then I go shopping in my pantry and I grab the herb or spice that I want to put on there. And spinach and herb is usually one of my go-tos. So now it calls for 1/2 cup of chicken broth or water. Didn't have chicken broth on hand. It says no sodium as well, and I usually use no sodium or no salt at all. This happens to be a vegetable bouillon, so that's what I reconstituted and I'm going to use today. So I'm going to add that in there. That's why it's orange also, in case you're wondering. And then it calls for 1 cup of milk that I've pre-measured as well. As you can see, it's a lot of ingredients here, and I want to make sure that that soup really gets broken down and mixed in. So that's why I chose to put it in a bowl. You may do the same. So now I'm going to switch gears and use my wire whisk here. Don't want to leave anything behind. This meal is going to be going in my freezer, but when I do, when I go to cook it on cook night, whichever meal we're having that night, but when I choose to make this one for my family, I'm going to put it over noodles, but you can put it over anything you'd like. I've been actually also substituting pasta a lot with spaghetti squash, but this would be good over rice. I mean, it's a meatball. It'd be good by itself as well, and just do a side dish. It's going to be creamy and delicious. No, this was much easier putting it in the bowl. I'm glad that I did that because everything is blended and it really didn't take any time at all to do that. So now I'm going to carefully pour this into my bag and try not to make a mess. Let's see how this goes. So far so good. There we go. Do have a little bit that got left behind, so I am going to grab that spatula again and scrape. It actually looks like it's some onion. I will be posting the recipe for this in the comments later, but just to let you know, if you're not already aware, we do have a cooking club, like I was talking about at the beginning of the video, and we do online classes, virtual, because the times that we're in now, you really can't have, you really can't be around your friends in big crowds, which is sad, but we're going to get through it. So what we do is we have chefs that volunteer their time to prepare a meal like I'm doing for you now, and we ask that you can follow along. You can purchase the kit and the ingredients. If you already have it, you wouldn't have to purchase the kit, just purchase what you need to do the recipes. And you can follow along, and because the videos are pre-recorded, you can come back to them if you can't participate during class night. You can come back to them, and when you're ready and you have your stuff and you're ready to go, and you can do the recipes. But there you have it. 10 meals are part of this Cook Eats class, and this is our final 5. Our next class is coming up the end of the month, and that is our multi-cooker course. And with some new recipes that actually was just introduced in our new fall-winter catalog, and we're really excited to get that kit in and to see what these recipes are. So that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Do something fun and stay safe. Thank you.